Now, dozens of people have been left homeless in Diepsloot after a housing project was demolished. It is alleged that the residents were occupying that land illegally. We do have our reporter Mbali Thethani, who is in Diepsloot, tracking that story for us. Mbali, what has emerged since we last spoke?
Well, Tammy, the demolitions of homes here in Diepsloot continues. I'm just going to step out of shot just to show you that currently the demolition process, they are demolishing the last structure which is on that property. We do understand that demolitions here got underway from as early as 10 o'clock this morning. Of course, it is understood that these homes have been occupied on land illegally. So this is why the sheriff of the court came out here this morning to come and demolish these homes. But we've spoken to the owner of these units here, and she says that, well, she applied at the Human Settlements Department in 2016. And of course, she's been waiting for her title deeds. She also then started construction in 2018, and that's when much later on in 2018, tenants began to occupy those homes. And of course, you would know that she says she has 12 tenants, Tammy. And in an area like Diepsloot, you would know that not one person would occupy a unit. It is usually 1, 2, or 3 people, and those are families who would be living inside these structures. And I must say that a number of the community here, they've come out in their numbers to just come and observe and see what is going on. There's also threats of another property just next door to the one that has been demolished. There are threats that that one as well will also be demolished, and that property is also owned by Mama Jo, as she's known to this community. But Tammy, we're just going to rope in a community activist, Godfrey. He lives in Diepsloot, and he was also someone who alerted us to the demolitions which took place here this morning. Now, Godfrey, I just want to understand from you, when you see these demolitions taking place this morning, how does it make you feel as somebody living here in Diepsloot?
Surely, Mbali, I was feeling very nervous, painful. I don't know what to explain, but I felt very painful when I see this happens, especially when I see the things happen in our democratic country, happens to our black people, particularly to a woman, whereby we're supposed to protect a woman, whereby we're supposed to uplift a woman. The landlady, she is a woman, she is a lady, she's trying to uplift herself, but our government today is granted an order to come and to demolish her property. Surely, Mbali, it's totally painful.
Now, could we understand that the reason why it's being demolished is because she has built these structures on land which is illegal. She illegally occupied this land. Is there any truth to what we are hearing?
It's untrue, Mbali, because this lady, she applied a title deeds a long time ago in 2016, but the Human Settlement Department delayed to release what you call a title deeds to her. You can ask yourself why there was a delay of a title deed. Because of what? They know they are going to give the whites, those who owns the mall, because those who owns the mall, they are those who want to occupy her land.
So you think that those who own this Bambanani Mall, they are behind the demolitions which we see today?
Absolutely free. They are behind but they're using our law enforcement agencies, they're using our government to come and to push their agenda. They can't push their agenda on their own because they know we as black people, they will turn against them. But we are not, we already anticipated for that. We anticipated for that long time ago that there will happen things like that, because every time when there's an idle land, when a black people or in our community here, they're going to occupy that land, they just send our law enforcement agencies to go and to kick them out, of which is a crime against humanity. It's against our human rights. It's against our human rights.
Now, Godfrey, I just want to find out, you'd know that, places like Gauteng and neighborhoods such as this one, a number of people from different provinces come here to come and seek a place of just to rest. How crucial and how crucial is the issue of accommodation when it comes to those who come here to come and work in Gauteng?
We don't have an accommodation here. We don't have an accommodation here. We can't say we have an accommodation whereby we sit in we sleep in the shack. So we don't have an accommodation here. But the crucial of people who came here to come seek for a accommodation is this: we don't have enough land to occupy us. As you see, Gauteng, it's the smallest province in our country, but it's got a lot of population amongst other 9 provinces. So we don't have any accommodations here.
And you as a community, what do you plan to do now? Because there are a number of people living inside this specific piece of land and they don't have a roof over their heads now. What will you do as a community now going forward?
Mbali, this thing must come to an end. This thing must come to an end. We can't allow a situation whereby people, they come to harass us in our community just to occupy themselves and build the businesses inside our community, while our blacks, they're trying to build our businesses. So our intention now, our plans now, I'm going to talk to my people. I'm going to talk to my people in my community, going to to hold a meeting, not a small meeting, a meeting. There will no business running there. There will no business running there. We can't allow a situation whereby whites come here and do whatever they please, using our state as their puppet. As you, if you can see now, Mbali, these people, our law enforcement agencies, they are pushing the agenda of a white people. So our plan now, Mbali, we are going to have a serious mass mobilization. We are going to strike. We are going to shut down that mall. We can't allow a situation whereby that mall is taking place or the business is taking place while our black sister, she is crying.
All right, thank you very much. Of course, Tammy, that is Godfrey just talking about the situation here in Diepsloot, saying that they are now blaming the mall just next to this piece of property, saying that, well, it is business owners in this area who want to occupy that land. This piece of land and this stretch of road is quite a busy area here in Diepsloot. There's a mall and various other shops, and it is known as, it's somewhat of a hub, an economic hub for this area in Diepsloot. They are now threatening that they will mobilize the residents here in Diepsloot and they will protect this piece of property and this piece of land, saying that no one will occupy it until Mama Jo gets those title deeds that she's been waiting for from the Human Settlements Department.
Well, thank you very much, Mbali, for that report. Certainly a developing story. Emotions are quite high there in Diepsloot. Even earlier on when you spoke to Mama Jo, she also echoed the same sentiments as Mr. Godfrey there, alleging that it is the mall and the mall ownership that is behind the demolition of her property.